Okay, wiring up on the feed. Still, yeah. There it is. Good job, YouTube. Being 30 seconds slow. All right, there we go. Let's add those links. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Stiffler Manufacturing. About to get some shipments out. Figured we do a little morning chat. I'm gonna make myself some nice morning tea. There we go. Let's find out where we're shipping these slides out to today. All right, looks like we're shipping one out to Florida. Okay. So we'll get that packing slip printed. There we are. Okay, check. All right, yep, Florida. Good morning, everybody. Just getting started. Feel free to ask any questions. We make all of these slides ourselves. Let's see, where's the next one headed off to? Next one is going off to Louisiana. All right. Quick little refresh on the stream. There we are. All right, so we've got a slide going to Florida and a slide going to Louisiana. All right. How are we all doing this morning? Welcome to Stiffler Manufacturing, where we turn steel bars into block-style slides. All right, got those printed. Got our sheet. Let's go grab my tea. Up before the sun today. Why am I up before the sun? I don't frickin' know. Glutton for punishment, I guess. Alright, let's go with the easy one, I think. Thank you to everyone who joined our live yesterday. We were talking about those California bills where they're trying to ban blocks and get everyone to do background checks for barrels. Why? I don't know. Why is California full of nonsensical insanity? I don't know. I'm fairly certain they just hate the Constitution. Now, will this affect Stiffler Manufacturing if it passes? Yes. It means we won't be able to ship barrels to California along with complete slides. And we're not going to entertain the FFL process for it, so we just won't be able to ship those products there. There we are. Got our slide all wrapped up in bubble wrap. There we go. Let's put a card in there. And one Viper slide. We're going to send that off. Zip, our slides come bubble wrapped, wrapped in a hard, put in a hard case, and then they get put in a polymer bag after that. There we go. Let's get that all nice and wrapped up. How we all doing this morning? Where we all coming in from? Stiffler Manufacturing, we're here in Arizona. Right where we manufacture our slides, we do all this out of 17-4 stainless steel. They get milled out into something like this. And then we do all the Cerakote work in-house into something like this. And then we even produce completes, so something like this with the barrel, sights, parts kit, minus the optic. That is a Siley optic, and we don't have those. All right. Got this all packaged and ready to go. thank you all for joining me in my morning live today. Getting closer and closer to that 1K. Once we do, we're going to do a slide giveaway. So some lucky subscriber is going to get a Generation 3 Glock 19 style slide. Let's see, today is the 5th. Alright, let's prep that polymer bag. Have any of you guys heard about that stuff going on in California? Trying to ban all Glock models, and then trying to make barrels require an FFL background check. That is some wild stuff. There we go. Close all those. I don't need you. And we'll place a little Fragile sticker on it. Hey, good morning. Thank you for the like. Greatly appreciated. If you get that joke, congratulations, you're old. Hey, Preston Moore, good morning. Thank you. We make them ourselves. We mill bars of 17-4 stainless steel, and we turn them into these slides. I'm shipping some out to Florida and Louisiana today. Mill everything from bars of steel. All of our slides come with a Trichicon RMR flat optic cut, as well as an aluminum RMR cover plate. We don't use plastic. We do all the Cerakote in-house with a wide variety of colors, from H series to F series and FX series. We are veteran owned and operated, and we've been doing this since January of 2023. Spiff Oliver, welcome. Glock Gen 5s? No, these are Gen 3s, but with a little bit of modification, you can make Gen 3s fit 4 and 5. We don't do custom aftermarket work on other people's slides. We just do the Cerakote for our own, but we might modify our business model to include aftermarket Cerakote work. Oh, nice. Glock 45. The Glock 19 can actually fit on the Glock 45 if you weren't aware. Thank you for your support. It's greatly appreciated. Spiff, yes, we do make 17s. This one here is a 17, actually. We are currently working on the 26 and the 43 to add those to our inventory as well. But right now it's just 19s and 17s. Mr. Vato, do you custom make aftermarket parts for HKVP9SK? No, currently we only work on the Generation 3 Glock 19 and Glock 17, and we are currently working on adding the 26 and the 43 to our inventory. And I am currently getting some slides packaged and ready to go to Florida and Louisiana. Oh, right on, FE Ordnance, yeah. Let's see, is this almost out of tape? That is out of tape. Time to do another one. And always tape your seams when sending out the mail. Never trust your seams at all. There we are. Packaged. Ah, thank you, Mr. Vato. Thank you. Right on. I'll do that when I get into the shop today. Thank you. Alright, let's throw this scrap away and let's work on the next slide. Sending out 2 Vipers today. Good morning. Welcome to everyone who's just joined us. We are Stiffler Manufacturing, and we turn bars of 17-4 stainless steel into slides that fit the Generation 3 Glock 19 and Glock 17. We do all of the Cerakote work ourselves in-house. All of our slides come with a Trijicon RMR flat optic cut with an aluminum RMR cover plate. Not plastic, aluminum. Our stencil work is courtesy of Tactical Penguin. They allow us to do things like this lightning style and this camo over here. We use H series, F series, and FX series Cerakote. We have ported slides, standard slides, and complete slides. For completes, we use ELD Performance barrels, SCT Manufacturing parts kits, and Glock OEM sights. Oh, thank you for those likes. Greatly appreciated. When we hit our 1K, we're doing a slide giveaway. We'll give away one of our SM19 Viper slides, like this white one here, to some lucky subscriber. There we are. Inspect this one here. Okay, let's check the mailing label and the packing slip. Okay, those match. Always check your mailing label and packing slip. Vision Omega Bronzeman, welcome. Thank you for the sub. That is not going to go. We're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. But that's okay. Not that slide wrap. Let's go see if we've got another one. And that we do. That we do. Excellent. Well, looks like we got some new ones in. Thanks for dropping by to Stiffler Manufacturing, where we turn steel bars into slides. I wonder if it'll fit this way instead. Nope, that is a hard no. That's okay. Do it this way. Thank you all for dropping by. We're based out of Arizona. We've been in business for almost 3 years now. Let's see, we're coming up on 2 years, 8 months. Turning bars of steel into gun slides. Got you taped down. Tape you down again. bit of tape. So how are we all doing this morning? Where's everybody from? Popping in from Arizona ourselves. Initially our business started in Florida. That's where we did a lot of our training for this. A lot of our education. But we moved everything back to our home state of Arizona. Let's get some tape. Always, always, always retape your seams. Good morning, Cam J. For the 23, I'm afraid not. Currently, we only make Gen 3 19s and 17s, and we're currently working on making 26s and 43s. Though we may add the 43 in the future. Sorry, the 23 in the future. Still early. Hasn't even hit 6 a.m. yet. There we are, getting these morning shipments out to Louisiana and Florida before the post office opens. If I can, I like to get all the orders out first thing in the morning so they ship out nice and quick. Where is my excess packing paper? There we are, this will do. Always keep scrap packing paper and bubble wrap. You never know when you're going to need it. There we are. Let's get this mailing label set and fixed to the polymer bag. For those of you in California, I have to say, we are definitely concerned about that new bill that's being proposed. If it passes, we won't be able to ship barrels or complete slides to you anymore. So definitely pay attention to that if you are from California. Alright, there we are. Let's fix you here. Just another morning of shipping out slides. Thank you all for joining us. Those of you who just popped in, we are Stiffler Manufacturing, and we turn steel bars into gun slides for the Generation 3 Glock 19 and Glock 17. We are currently working on the Glock 43 and the Glock 26 as well to add those to our inventory. Get in there, you. Sometimes the polymer bag likes to fight you. And once again, we will add a Fragile sticker. And once again, if you know what that is, congratulations, we're all old. This folded up. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Greatly appreciated. Appreciate those new likes and subs. We are on our way to 1K, and once we get there, we're going to give away one of our SM19 slides. This morning we are preparing slides to be shipped off to Florida and Louisiana. Good morning, Pat. Welcome. Good morning, Michael Clark. Thanks for joining us. Yes, just slides and barrels. We also have parts kits. We do strip slides and completes. Currently for the 19 and 17. But we are working on the 43 and the 46. Let's get you stuffed with a little bit of extra packing paper to keep you nice and safe, shall we? Because I don't trust the Postal Service. Alright. Got you in there. Got the adhesive. And one more for Geely sticker. And always, always, always tape your seams. And there we go. Another ready for the post office. So what we do is we take these bars of 17/4 stainless steel, we mill them down in our CNC machine here in Arizona. We turn them into raw slides like this, and these still need some finishing work. Then we add Cerakote to them, as well as an RMR cover plate. The RMR cover plate is aluminum, not plastic. A lot of companies use plastic, and those cover plates tend to break or crack over time. And then we also offer complete slides with a barrel, with front and rear sights, and with a UPK. Not the optic though, we don't have optics yet. That's just something we procured from Siley Optics. Alright, let's get this scrap thrown away. Don't need this anymore. There we are. Our website is stifflermanufacturing.com. We have that in the description, but let me pull that link for you. There we are. That is something we might do in the future, Pat. We've got to have some discussions with some businesses and with Siley and maybe some others, and we'll see what happens. If the price is right and we can make it still affordable for the customer, yeah, we might do that. Let's do a quick little refresh on the stream here. 809 on the subs. Thank you so much. 191 to go until we hit that 1K. Getting so close. well. Thank you for that sub, Michael Clark. Greatly appreciated. Let's get my tea out of the way. We can even show you some of our slide stuffs over here at stifflermanufacturing.com. There we are. We have several different options when it comes to slides for the 19 and 17 with a wide variety of colors, as well as some stencil options like the lightning there or the camo. We have several different camo options. Cow camo, tiger stripe camo, woodland, a kind of, it's almost a jungle, winter camo. We plan to work on a desert camo slide at some point. Tactical, welcome. Yeah, we make all of these ourselves in our machine shop. We turn bars of 17-4 stainless steel like this here into slides like these. We've been doing this since January of 2023, and we attended SHOT Show for the first time this year. We're planning to go again next year. We've got a few vendors and distributors, so we're selling slides all around the country now, even to the U.S. territories, with exception to American Samoa. 9mm is legal there, so we can't ship to American Samoa, sadly. Greatly appreciated. Thank you, Tactical. That we will, after we finish this 19 and 17. Well, we've already finished the 19 and 17. We are currently working on the 43 and the 26, and we'll keep going from there as we continue to grow. And I've finished my green tea for this morning, so now time for some carbonated water. Why water? Because how are you going to react to contact, move and groove, and take out the enemy if you're dehydrated? Everybody drink water. Right on. We'll be happy to see you. Another thing we do on occasion, case by case basis, is we do a slide swap. So if you have a slide from another company that you're not happy with, or maybe you have a Glock OEM slide that you're just tired of, you don't use it anymore, and maybe you want something with an RMR cut or porting, we will occasionally, case by case basis, swap one of our slides for one of yours at no cost, minus shipping, of course. So we did this, for example, for a customer. You can see this slide is very generic, nothing going on, kind of a brick, no RMR cut, just very plain. And it's made of 416R stainless steel rather than our 17.4 stainless steel. So I can definitely say they got an upgrade. Actually, I believe it was one of our SM19 Zooms we swapped them for. Without the stenciling, of course. But they got front grip serrations, 17.4 stainless steel, and an RMR cut. I'd say quite the upgrade. Oh yeah, we definitely get the wife sanctions. Thankfully for us, the wife works in the shop, and also, unfortunately for us, the wife works in the shop. So she knows all the tricks. We are family operated, veteran owned, small business. So, yep, the family is fully aware of everything that goes on, and so is the wife. Oh, and while I have it here with me, make sure to check out Ghost Dad Tactical Lube. They are a small business that makes gun lubes that smell good. This one here, the Ecto Lube, smells like green apples. And for some reason, I have to say this, it is not edible. Do not leave it around your kids or animals. It's gun lube. You degens, I swear. And then, of course, Siley Optics sent us these optics, the Wolf X Pro, which is the same one that's here. And this Wolf EDG, which I have yet to open. But I have put 200 rounds through the slide with that Siley optic. Runs just fine. And I've also done several drop tests at chest height where I dropped the slide directly onto the optic. No problems. I still need to take it out to the desert and do some final testing, but so far, slide's working just fine with that optic, and the optic works just fine. Easily walked it up that target. So far, no issues with it. I don't know what other people have to say about it, but I haven't had a problem. Though for those of you who are new to optics, when installing them with your slide, do you see that little hole on the right? Do you see how it lines up with the screw hole right here? Make sure the short screw goes here and the long screw goes here. You'll have less issues if you don't put the long screw on the right side. Pro tip. But thank you all for joining us this morning on our little morning chat where we are preparing slides to be shipped out. And while I have finished my tea, I am now on to some carbonated water before I have breakfast and go off to the post office. How are you all this morning? It is a beautiful Arizona day coming up. I believe we're looking at a nice 100 degrees. And for those of you who were here from last night, when we did our live, pay attention to what's going on in California. For those of you that like to build Glocks, it is some unfortunate news. California themselves are trying to ban the entire Glock platform from being in their state. by restricting all new sales. They'll allow you to have them if you already own them, but no new sales if this passes. And then all new barrels will require a background check through an FFL, which means we would no longer be able to ship barrels to Californians or our complete slides, which have barrels, to Californians. So if you're in California or you do business with California and you're in the 2A industry, that's something to be aware of. I believe it's Assembly Bill 1127 and Senate Bill 704. I could be wrong, but I think that's what it is. So yeah, if you live, work, operate in California, something to be aware of. Check out our links in the description. They'll take you to our link bio and stifflermanufacturing.com. Our link bio has all of our links to all of our platforms. So things like our website, our eBay stores, our affiliates such as RB Tactical Market on eBay, Delta Team Tactical, MMC Armory, Davidson Defense, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, YouTube, Rumble, Twitter, Blue Sky, Truth Social. Get some slight audio feedback. Let's see if we can correct that. Various gun parts and such. They sell things from pistols to rifles and parts kits. So we sell our slides to them, and they find businesses and individual buyers who want them. Welcome, Carl Papa. I wonder if that's just me, or if... How's the audio sound for everybody? I'm getting some weird feedback in my headset. I wonder if I do a quick... Let's see if that works. That seems to have worked. All right. Yep, no audio distortion. Awesome. Oh, you were looking into switching from your G3 to an aftermarket Glock 19. Grit grips for the frame. I can say I know our slides do work on grit grips. Our customers have used them quite successfully. We do strip slides and completes, so if you don't want to do the work yourself or doing parts kits and whatnot, we can always do a complete slide for you. The optic does not come with it, but we do have complete options. Or if you want to do all the work and do your own parts kit and get your own barrel, we also sell stripped. Our barrel is an ELD performance barrel, 416R stainless steel, black nitride coating. We also have copper PVD coatings. The parts kit is SCT Manufacturing, and the sights are Glock OEM. Oh, and there comes the sun. Just another day of being up before the sun. Let's draw that shade a little bit more. Get right to my eye. There we are. Much better. And thank you all for joining us this morning. We do these shipping lives and morning chats fairly often. Let's see, make sure nobody else ordered anything. It always happens. I go to the post office and then I drop something off and somebody orders something right afterwards. Murphy's Law, I do suppose. Let's see, we're going to have to pay attention to that thing going on in California. We're going to have to pay attention to that one going on in Michigan. Both of those could affect our slides, unfortunately. Oh, let's see, we've been doing this for about an hour now. Alright, I'd say it's time to prep and get ready for work, go off to the post office. So thank you all for joining us this morning. There we are. If you have the chance, take a look at stifflermanufacturing.com for all of our slides. And give us a like and sub. Once we hit our 1K, we are going to do a giveaway. There we go. Thank you for joining us, and as always, stay 2A every day.